The show is basically a very modern version of something that's very, very old. So we've sort of modernized and brought into the 21st century an old style of comedy and theater making that has been around probably before the Egyptians, you know, which is basically being silly and making a lot of fun with everybody.
It's a variety of different things. It's dance, it's comedy, it's juggling. Juggling is the main thing that we're known for, but we love to throw in lots of other things.
We do comedy, we do improv, we do theater, we find deeper moments of meaning, we interact with the audience, we make all kinds of music.
People like the dancing, which is inexplicable to me because I am a terrible, terrible, terrible dancer, and I have no business being in a show that involves dancing. Yeah. As I'm reminded constantly by my beloved coworkers.
If it was just juggling, it would be completely boring. Let me say that. It would just be utterly boring. But because it's mixed in with all sorts of other stuff and a lot of music, I mean, mainly we look at juggling as music, because as you can hear, it's this rhythm.
Tom, tom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And that basic concept that if you throw a club higher with more spins, it takes longer, and you throw a club shorter with fewer spins, it takes less long, can be used to make basically visual music.
I do the gamble, also in the show, which is where we ask the audience to bring in any objects that they want. They have to be heavier than an ounce, lighter than 10 pounds, and no bigger than a bread box. And I get 10 counts to juggle them in 3 tries, and if I win, I get a standing ovation. If I lose, I get a pie in the face. And all sorts of interesting, lots of pizza. We've also had all kinds of, we had an octopus, which was horrible. Please don't bring any in. And we've had trumpets, trombones, we've had a pig's head, you name it, anything that people think up, we'll juggle.
The show is all about enjoyment and exuberance, and that sort of joy of not being constricted by a traditional performance, but just doing fun, silly, weird things and having a good time of it.
A lot of jobs, you sort of manifest one part of a human, and they have to sort of check a lot of who they are at the door when they go to the office, and then they kind of let it all out or whatever it is, or pull it all back in, whatever, when they leave work. But here, our job is to find everything in us and bring it out.
The great thing about our show is that it's really made for everybody. So if you're a 2-year-old, you're going to think, wow, I just love this show, and you know. And if you're like a 20-year-old, you're going to think, wow, there's all this cool stuff in there nobody else is getting. And if you're 92 years old, you're going to think, wow, I haven't seen humor like that since 1937, and it's all at the same time.
People come to the show, I think, with different expectations. Some people really know the group, some people have never seen them before, some people, you know, have seen the ads and aren't really sure what it is they're getting into, and everybody leaves having a good time.